Hello everyone, today we are going to be learning about the heart. So, heart, it is the most essential organ in our human body. सबसे यूज होता है ये, इसके बिना हम लोग alive ही नहीं रह सकते. We will not be able to live without this necessary organ. So, heart is responsible for the speeding up the flow of blood and respiration and a lot more things. So let's get started. So today we are going to be learning about the parts of the heart. So the parts of the heart. I have made this myself to explain this diagram. So this part you see over here, this is called the superior vena cava. What is this called? This is called ये जैसे रॉड जैसे दिख रहा है ये ब्लू कलर का. सो दिस ब्लू कलर रॉड you we call this the superior vena cava. This blue color rod we will call superior vena cava. Everything has a name. So this kind of rod thing with outside holes, you can say this is called as superior vena cava. Then this thing, this like box shaped thing inside the heart covering the superior vena cava, like clothes covering this superior vena cava, this we'll call the right atrium. And below it, below this cloth kind of like thing which we'll call right atrium, and box kind of thing which looks like the shirt, below is the right ventricle. This thing you see over here, this is called the right ventricle. This is like the pants of the uh, superior vena cava. So this is the superior vena cava, right atrium, and right ventricle. So yeah. Next, this you see over here. This is called the inferior vena cava. So this is the superior. It is up, right? So and this is down. This is down. That's why we'll call this the inferior vena cava. Superior is up. Inferior is down. This thing you see over here, this thing, there's another thing which we'll call as left ventricle. You see right ventricle, just opposite this is the left ventricle. Right ventricle, left ventricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So it is just opposite the right ventricle. So right ventricle just opposite, this is like the rod separating these two. Right ventricle is here, left ventricle is here. The both things which you'll see is this, like, some kind of thing with strings coming out. So this is also how you can identify what is this thing. So this is the right atrium, this is the right ventricle, and this is the left ventricle. And above this thing, above the left ventricle, you'll see the left atrium. Just opposite the right atrium, this is the left atrium. So the left atrium is also present over here. Uh, Over here, just like above this rod, kind of like thing with strings coming out of it. Over here, just above it, it is the left atrium. Now we are done with superior vena cava. Superior vena cava is this, and below it is the inferior vena cava. Then over here, this is the right atrium. This is the right ventricle below the right atrium. This is the left ventricle opposite right ventricle. This is the left atrium above this. This is the pulmonary artery. This is an artery which we'll name pulmonary artery. This is like a mouth, right? This is your chin. This is above your eyes and your nose. So eyes, nose, mouth, and chin. So this is known as a pulmonary artery. Your face kind of like thing. Over here, which you'll see. Over here, this is like your, hair. Some people have got this kind of hair. This kind of like hair. So, uh, if you watch Super Strikers, then they just shakes with this kind of hair. So this will be even more easier to understand if you have watched Super Strikers. Then 1 second, let me just adjusting this for you. Yeah, so this thing which you see over here is this we'll call the aorta. See, so this thing is the aorta. So this is like your hair, and this is known as aorta. So now let's learn superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. This is right atrium, I think, right atrium, and right ventricle. This thing, left ventricle, left atrium. Over here is the pulmonary artery. This is the aorta. Now let me erase all of this stuff. So one second. So let's start from here. Aorta. This is the pulmonary artery. Then superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium. And now let's check. Left atrium, left ventricle. I told you this is the right ventricle, this is the right atrium. Yes, and over here is the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava. So yeah, this is the heart, and I hope you understood this video. The heart, while I have made this entire thing by myself so that you can understand and to avoid copying diagrams. So thank you for watching class 7 ICSE. Make sure to like this video, share this video with your friends, and thank you. Goodbye. So let me just see this. Superior right ventricle, right atrium, inferior vena cava, left ventricle, left atrium, pulmonary artery, aorta. So yeah, this is it. Goodbye guys. See you in next video.